All right.
That father loves that child at the level that he loves the mother of that child. And you can see the difference in those relationships. And if y'all don't believe me, take some inventory. A lot of times when that father really loves that mother, that child gets a different type of relationship and love from that father. It's just been proven. Wow. And it's unfortunate, but you just said it here with B. McKnight, that, I wasn't in love with the mom. And so he automatically feels some type of detachment from that child, and it's showing. And it's unfortunate.
So I want to pose the question to y'all. Do you agree that a man treats his kids differently depending on how he feels about their mother? Whoever want to take that first.
I'll say that's a possibility, but I don't think most of the times it's like that. I think it's just like situational, because it depends on the chemistry. If it was a situation where she was keeping the kids away from him, he just threw his hands up. He I tried everything. I think it's situational. I think it is true, but I don't think as far as men, I don't think it looked like that to how women interpret it. I think women interpret it because you're not, say he got another family over here and he doing his due diligence to take care of that family. He's trying to be a father. I mean, it's not going to be the same regardless if you got two families. So it is what it is. It's impossible for me to have my family over here and I'm married with this other woman and I have kids over here. And then I'm trying to do this whole joint parenting situation. Is not going to be 100% the same. And therefore people interpret it as, oh, he treating them different. No, it's like we don't live together. I'm not going to see you every day. I'm not going to be at everything because I got kids over here too. And then based off what the court basically telling me what I can and cannot do.
Okay. What y'all got? Anybody else? Marcus, Ash? You go.
You're gonna go? Okay, I'll go. I think that there is, if we're talking about the full spectrum of males, no, but I do think there is a nice portion of males that do treat their children differently because of how they feel about the mother. Absolutely. I think there are quite a few men. I just saw a girl today on TikTok that was talking about she's filing for child abandonment because her boyfriend doesn't want to be a dad because he's mad at her. There are plenty of situations like that. Do I think that all men, like a larger portion of men are like that? No, I think that men treat their children the same in that aspect. I think that, you love your child differently in each child, but I don't think that the love as a whole is different. But I do think that is out there. Absolutely. That some men, because of how they feel about women, choose to treat their children differently. And you can tell too which children are made from love and which ones aren't as well.
Yeah, I have to retract something. I just thought about it. Dudes will treat if he got a swamp donkey pregnant, he will treat that lady different. Yeah, they will.
Okay.
I'm just doing a joke now. I shouldn't do a joke. I'm just serious.
Marcus, Raw, which I got.
My boy Marcus in the bottom of the ocean right now. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Everybody struggle streaming today, bro.
All right, bet. So, for my take and opinion on this, it's a heap of bullshit. Women need to stop talking with their clitoris about man business. Women are the ones that if they hate their dad, then the kid get bastardized and stuff behind it. Men don't do that. It's the same reason why women be trying to take men all through child support court and they be hiding the kid and all that, and the man will fight. And then when he finally give up, now all of a sudden he magically a deadbeat. Nah, tell the whole backstory. Talk about how he was dancing out in the rain like it was Stomp the Yard or whatever the hell fucking movie it was. He was out there doing it for Lil Saint. He was playing in his face. And he finally give up and he move on and he go get the Williams sisters and shit. He started a whole new family, go create the Williams sisters. Now you from the outside looking in talking about, oh, well, he wasn't shit to me and he the shit over there. What's going on? You caused that. If that man actually cared about you, if it wasn't a one night stand, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of variables to it. But if that man was locked in with you for an extended period of time and he actually cared about you, he cared about that. And another thing too is, wow, my boy is speaking from whale belly over there. What up, Jonah?
You good over there, bro?
You got a lot of feedback, Marcus.
Now, the fuck?
that old school, that wooden box intercom microphone, boy.
Yeah.
Yo,
We got Corner of the Block Ministries microphone over there. Y'all
I'm guessing this don't sound good.
Shit.
I just turn it down just a little bit.
Damn. I'll keep working on it. Go ahead.
Oh, wait. But yeah, so I don't believe that if a man cares about his kids, he can disassociate the mom from the child. And if the mom becomes overbearing, some men are just like, screw it, I'm gonna hang it up. That kid can come holler at me in 18 years, and if they want my side, they want my side. If not, fuck them. It is what it is. Like, men don't get to choose. Men don't get to slow down. Men don't have a direct instruction manual. It ain't a one size fits all for everybody. So if a motherfucker got to create greatness out of thin air, I ain't got time to be distracted with all the bullshit games and stuff that's going on. So if I can't see my kid, you're going to consistently keep that kid from me, and then it start playing with my money and other things I got going on. Hey, it sucks to suck. Fuck them kids. Fuck you. Fuck everything you got going on. I'll double back on the back end. Hopefully the kid can understand. But that's where a lot of situations you see is like, oh, okay, you know, everybody ain't finna get on camera like Tyrese talking about, I want my baby. What more do you want from me? We don't watch that man try. And I mean, I ain't really dig into the report, but then Shorty grow up and go chase after her daddy anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, so all that shit was fucking goofy. So it's like, yeah, sometimes they just gonna step away, and then when the kid gets older, if you care to come hear my side of the story, especially if it's a boy, if you go outside and all the women start playing in your face, and you come find me and be like, hey, why you leave me? You abandoned me. And like, hey, shit, you old now. You been out here with these women. You see how they playing in your face. Your mama was 3 times worse. That's why I left. We can either pick it up from right here, or you could be on your mama's side and say, screw me. And hey, good luck to you, my man. You a grown ass man. It's all odds versus you. It is what it is. So I don't know. There's a lot of variables, but I believe if it's a variable where the man and the woman was locked in, the kid happened, and then, you know, it becomes too much turmoil, sooner or later the man gonna walk, and the woman gotta deal with that. Women be like, oh, well, I can't do this. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some women that walk too, and then you end up with some single dads out here. Like, we ain't gonna act like, you know, either side's greater than the other. Women act like they don't have an option to walk away, but that's because sometimes that kid might be the means to a meal ticket. Then if they can't cash that check, then, you know, they end up granny baby now, because they still be in the club every weekend. On nobody, they don't really be watching the kids between the school system and granny. So ain't nothing perfect, but as far as men have a threshold. Everybody pain tolerance is different. Once you max out that bar, it's over with. We can catch it up on the back end, but I don't agree. So,
Marcus, what you got, bro?
Yeah, is this shit still loud?
Yeah, no, you good. No, you good.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah, you know, I agree with Raw on that one, man. Like, I think it's bullshit what she was saying. I don't think men don't. It has nothing to do with a woman. She might put you through some hoops and shit that make you feel a certain kind of way, but it's got nothing to do with her. I don't feel that dudes treat their children different based on him liking her or not liking her. I don't think that's the case at all. I mean, I think that the woman does put the man through a lot of shit that a lot of times, you know, I ain't gonna lie, just give up because shit, it's nothing you can do. You just can't help it, you know. And you just hope when the kid gets older that he'll understand, he or she, and they can have that relationship then. But the whole thing, if you watch that whole interview with Brian McKnight, I mean, his kids were pretty much taking advantage of when they lived with him. Like they weren't being, they pretty much, like, you gotta watch it. They're taking advantage of him. Any person would be like, you're grown up. I'm not gonna deal with that shit. So I don't think that's true at all. Not at all.
Okay.
So I got one other thing though.
What's that?
Perspectives is very, very key to these things, and everybody telling their side. Because I did hear some stuff about the kids. They had their version of what happened and all that type of stuff. But when you actually think about it, say you got siblings, you got like three, you got two other siblings, and it's like you the middle child, you got the oldest, and you got the youngest, right? Every single child experience their parents differently than than at that point in time when your parents was like at a certain age, because they doing this thing called life too. So they learning some things from every time they have a child, they got the next one. Like, okay, the last one, we went too overboard because we were thinking we have to be extra strict. Hey, we ain't got to do all that. So the second one come, they have a different situation. Plus, your kid is not the same as the other kid, so everybody has a different experience. It's impossible to treat every kid exactly the same. So if you put that in perspective, right, now you got the kids growing up, and the dad got his story, he got his intentions and everything, and then you got the mom discounting his intentions and telling them that ain't his true intentions, and they looking at, well, what mom say is true. I don't see my dad as often than my mom, so it must be true. So I do believe it's a lot of perspectives type situation that goes on, and I think what Raw and what Marcus said is real true. I lean more to what they are saying, because I think most men do want to be in their children's lives, but it's just we have a different worldview and experience that the world treat us, so it's kind of different. That's what I think.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Well, any final thoughts before we move on to the next one?
Damn, I just lost it. A final thought that I was gonna say too is women need to stop. I mean, I said it in the beginning. Women need to stop putting their lens of view of the world, the way they view things. They need to stop trying to put that shoe on men. We not Cinderella. We wear Timbs and shit. We don't wear them glass slippers. So a lot of takes that, since we got Cheyenne Bryant up here, a lot of takes that she comes from, that's some women hurt shit that she be speaking from.
Interesting.
Men ain't got time for all that bullshit. So I'm gonna let the pod roll. We're gonna get to the next topic. I'll double back on it later, but that's just some icing on the cake.
All right.
That is a little interesting. Sorry, and then we'll speed this up. That I do see that the men, Courtnee, you haven't given your really opinion on it, but the three have all kind of the same experience, and I guess that's just how a man views it. And then in my experience, I do see that there are men out there that do not talk to their child because of the woman, and you guys don't see that because apparently you're a male, and so you just see the woman's side. And so I just find it an interesting take. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I do disagree with what you're saying, if that makes sense. Like, I know that that's happening, but we're not discussing that there really are men out here acting like that.
Well, so to not really go too far into it, all I'll really glaze over the surface on is the beauty of being a woman is you guys get to watch the war, but you might not actually see all the battles that take place during the war.
That part is true, but if we're talking about single mothers, they are in the war as well. They don't have the option to not be in the war too.
At the same time, if you the ops and I gotta go politic behind your back, you're not gonna see all the politics that's going on behind your back. You're gonna just see when I ride down your block to do the drive-by. You ain't see the planning that went into it.
Right, but if we're talking about single mothers with no fathers involved in their life, which y'all talk about all the time, not as y'all as in y'all, but y'all as in y'all, how you don't like how women are raising men, but then the men aren't around. But then what I'm hearing is we're blaming the women for the men not being around. And one of the points is, sure, there are some women out there that keep the children from him. Sure. But there are the other versions of the men truly just don't want to be around. And that, because we could talk about the ones that say that they don't want the kid or whatever, the woman still has the baby and then they choose to keep the kid. Now the dad's not involved. But we're not discussing any of that. We're only talking about one version. I just find that a little interesting. Out of three people, no one's discussing that really is happening out here, though.
Okay. I mean, we could dive into it later in the show. I'm gonna just
that's okay.
let's take a note on that, put a bullet point in that.